Okay, ma'am. So what was the yesterday topic? Just we have a recap. So that is on, I think on Thursday, am I right? Thursday, sorry, on Wednesday. So what we have discussed so far? We have discussed about what is CSS selectors, right? So what are the topics? We'll just have a recap. So what is CSS box model? And then about this padding, margin, border, and text properties, text to overflow, and then column property, text indent property, text to shadow, line height, and CSS font, website fonts, and font style, font size, and CSS list. Okay, and then CSS positions. So now we are pseudo elements also completed. So now we need to start with CSS transform. 1 minute. Let me also put a message in the group and then we'll start the session. Collected some syntax. Okay, so just for reference. So now,
Mom,
yes, ma.
Mom, you have sent some links in WhatsApp group now, Mom.
Yes, ma.
Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
Mom, up to how many levels you have to complete, Mom, Microsoft account?
For Microsoft, okay, there are two courses are there. One is for LinkedIn, the another one is for Microsoft. Am I right? So you're talking
Yes,
about
Mom.
Microsoft.
Yes, Mom.
Okay. Do you have any screenshot till what topic you have completed? Can you share it to me in the WhatsApp? Let me check.
Mom, in my Microsoft account, if I was opened that link means it was showing 7th level, Mom. I has completed up to 8 levels, Mom.
Mm-hmm.
Getting a little bit confusion there, Mom. My friend got 11 levels, Mom.
We have completed 11, but it is showing only 7.
No, Mom.
Ah,
Up to how many levels you have to complete in that modules, Mom?
okay, ma. That's what I'm saying. Whatever you have done, just share me the screenshot so that I can
Okay.
understand. So what was going on? Clear?
Oh,
Let me
okay,
check.
Mom.
And one more thing, students, before starting the session, I want to wait a minute. Let me. Okay. Okay, ma. So I have included some 64 students in the batch. Okay. I've included 64 students. But now here I can see some students, right, who are not included in the LMS. So there is some mail ID issue or the name issue. So please check your details. Let me put it in the chat box whether is there any correction in the mail ID. Please let me know so that I can change it in the LMS also. Okay. And see here, not found emails. So these students are not registered or not registered in the LMS portal. That is whatever the link they have given. No? So students might not, aware of it, and they have just sharing the username and the password. So these, Tejasri and Teja and Roja, Lakshmi Priya, Indu, Sahitya, these guys definitely want to register. Okay, it is not found emails. So link, I hope, let me also get it from here. When I go to the WhatsApp, it is WhatsApp. So the below the students, everyone has to register here. Otherwise, you will not be able to add it in the LMS mark. I don't know why the strength is very less today because of Friday. I don't know how many students are going to clear this certification. So please make sure attend the session daily, regularly, so that you will get more knowledge on this. And one more thing, the add-on thing is, I want to show you something today. So, now they have implemented one more thing, that is hacker rank. I told you, right? So that is, they started the process, and I want to show you how you need to do the things. Give me a minute. Let me show you. So guys, from today onwards, you can start to do it. Don't think there are a lot of things to do. Okay, then only you'll be, it is easy. It will be easy for you to get placed. Okay. Second. And then there is a, okay, fine. So what's it? Okay. Okay, man, the students have to register. What is showing like not founded emails? I hope you guys are listening. Okay, and one more thing, let me share my screen again. Okay, this is the registration form. It is not for everyone. Only the students who are not, not found emails. That student alone have to register through this link. Okay, and these students are having some mail ID issue. So please check once. If you are not going to check and if you are not going to respond me, then it will be a problem for you, because already we have started. I'm going to upload all the attendance by today. Okay, once I upload it, and everything will be fixed. So whoever the students have participated, they alone will be going to get the certification and everything. Clear? So whenever it is possible, if you have any questions or anything, you can contact me. Okay. And two students I can see it is not eligible. So you guys also need to check. Sorry, ma. To make it easy, okay. So when dealing with these kind of registrations, so it is very, very important. So the streamline process is, absolutely we want to follow it. So if you have any questions, you can just ask me. And now I hope you guys have understood. Can I get some thumbs up or say yes or no?
One doubt, ma'am.
Yes, ma, your name?
My name is Umsinath Reddy, ma'am. Actually, my name is not present in the list, ma'am. Batch 1 list.
Okay, are you in the batch two?
Batch 1, ma'am.
Batch one,
Actually,
Manliya.
you have, by confusion, you removed my name, ma'am. Uh, my surname is Boom Reddy, ma'am. Actually, there is another girl with that same name. Within confusion, you just removed my name, ma'am.
Oh, okay. 1 minute, let me check. Okay, maybe that is the reason I think, ma. Okay, can you put it now? Can you put it in the chat box now so that I can add it now itself?
Only
I think
name, ma'am.
your name, mail ID, and phone number. Just share it in the chat box. I'll just copy it now.
Okay, ma'am. I was present. I was attending the class
I
from
know.
till the
Yes, I
starting
know,
lesson,
ma.
ma'am.
Okay, fine. Okay, students, we can start with this hacker ranking. So on the day I told you, right, the hacker ranking. So how you need to follow. So here we have aligned the task for each weeks. Okay, it is not only for a month or a day. It is going to applicable for each week. Okay, so let's see for the first week. The objective is accumulative the initial points to earn the bronze, batch 1 star. So example, the challenges. Let's say Python and Java. You need to take Python and Java and complete the EV challenge it with low scores, like 3 to 10 points, and focus on understanding the basic concepts and syntax. And example, let's say hello or a word, say hello word with Python or welcome to Java and some other, the conditional things. So these are the challenges you will be having in the hacker rank for the first week. Okay. And the score required for the first star bronze batch, the Python should be 35 and the score required for the first star bronze batches in Java is 25. Clear everyone? So this is the first week task and then I will share you what is the second week task. I don't worry, I also share it in the WhatsApp group with the clear information. So everyone has to complete this because my industries are expecting these kind of skills. The students are not clearing. Okay, what we can say. So they are able to write the code, but the simple logic they are missing out. So that is the reason they have included because a Python and Java is very important, right? So that's why they have included. So let me add your name here. Okay, and then, so this is the task for the first week. And then here we will be uploading all your details, your register and other things. And this is the form. Once you're done with your browns, that is week 1 activity. Okay, you need to update it on a daily basis. Example, your name and registration email address and the college name, a screenshot of HackerRank profile. So what is your rank? That you know to take the screenshot and share it in this file. Clear? Got this point, everyone? In the batch two, they are responding really good, but batch one, you guys were very silent. What happened? Just give me a response. Everything is for you only. Because in the February month or in the March month, if you guys get placed, it will be really good for everyone, right? For you as well as me. For me, I'll be like, I feel good. So that's my student have completed this and they got a job. Clear? And again, I'm saying there are a lot of opportunities out there. The only thing is you have to approach the things and you have to complete the process. Okay, clear? So I hope you guys have understood about the attendance details, which I've shared it now. As of now, I have a 64 students in LMS portal. I'm going to upload all the details. If the students who are mentioned in the chat box, they need to do the things. Okay. If you are not doing anything, then I'm sorry, you will not be adding into the batch. Clear? And if you have any sort of questions, you can call me or you can connect with me at any time. Okay. Okay, fine, students. So let's move on to the PPT. Okay, what is a CSS transformation? How we can work with this CSS transformation? So let's see. So what is CSS transform property first? CSS transform property means, example, we have a lot of different things we can understand from this regarding this, regarding this transformation. So let's see. So CSS transformation, a transform property in CSS is used to change the coordinate space of a visual formatting model. So what it is going to change? It's going to change the coordinate space. Coordinate space means let's take some x, comma, y. Okay. So this is going to be coordinate points, right? So the coordinate space, we are going to change the space. Example, if I have one box like this, and I'm going to alter in a skew manner, then I will be using some degree, right? If I'm going to elongate this wire like this, so I need a x and y axis because horizontal value, that is this one, this is going to be in a what horizontal value, and this is going to be what? This is going to be a vertical value. Here, so this can be changed. So this is nothing but we'll call it as a translate. So this concept is called as a translate. And this is skew. Skew means we are going to diagonally elongate the square. So that is going to be skew. And rotate is, so if I have this box and I want to rotate it somewhere else, so in the normal image, you definitely would have done this, right? So that is a rotate. So there are a lot of options we have for this transform property. We'll see one by one. So this is an example for the transform property. So, so here they have created one main AIB container. So inside this, I have A and B and C, D and E. Okay. So here in the transform, they have used matrix, translate, rotate, and scale and skew. So let's see what all this. So first we can see about a transform. That is translate. Okay, so better. Okay, better we can go with the Visual Studio Code. Let me create one folder here. and create a file. Index.html.
Uh,
Yes, ma'am. Okay. So now we are going to see about what? The CSS transformation. So here there are different property values we have, that is common functions. What are the common functions we have? This is actually, it is used to allow to apply the various transformation to the elements. Am I right? So the basic syntax to do this is selector, and then inside the selectors, what is a property? Property is transform and a transform function. And inside this, we need to provide the value of it. Clear? So this is how the syntax is going to be. And what are the different ways we can give the transformation? So first is a translate. The other one is rotate. And then scale. And what else? D. It is skew and matrix. So these are the different ways we have. So first we'll see one by one. So transform. So transform means how we can perform. For example, this is for translate. Translate means what I've told. So moves an element from its current position. It is moving from the current position. So that is going to be what? Called as translate. So how we can do the code? So transform. Here the transform function is translate. So translate of the value. If suppose I'm going to use some two values, both for X and Y axis, then we can give it as some two values we can provide. Let me give some 20 pixels and 30 pixels. Okay. And if I go to rotate, so this is to move an element from its current position. This is to rotates an element around a fixed point. Okay. So there will be some fixed point. From that place to it will move, it will rotate an element. That's it. Okay. So here transform is a property and the value is going to be a rotate angle. And then the third one is going to be a scale. So what is scale? What is called scale? Scale means change the size of an element. Okay. So sorry, translate means it will move an element from its current size. This will change the size of an element. So here we obviously we need to provide some two values. Example, a transform, skew of 20 degree. So this is going to be a 20 degree Celsius. Okay, sorry. I'm so sorry. The scale levels, you will be giving it as a unit value. 1 minute, students. Okay, here in the transform, that is for this Q for skew. This is for scale. So the scale value is two values we are going to provide. And then skew. What is the skew meaning? Skew means diagonally it skews an element along the X and Y axis. Maybe it's not both the things. Give me a minute. Okay. Skews an element along the x and y axis. Okay. So here, transform skew of the x angle and the y angle. Let's say for an example, we need to provide some degree values. And finally, matrix. Okay, so matrix here so applies a 2D transformation. So even we can do the 3D transformation also using a matrix. Okay, so the transform matrix, you need to give some 6 values here for matrix. Okay, like A comma, B comma, C comma, D, E, and F. Okay. Here. So next is multiple transformation. Multiple transformation in the sense you can give the multiple transform by separating them with the spaces. So that is the last one. Finally, you can see transform, translate like for example, if I'm giving for 20 pixel for translate, 20 and 30 pixel for translate. And again, also leave a space and additionally we can give rotate 45-degree and then space scale of 1.5 comma 1.5. Clear? So this is how we can do the transformation. Let's see the examples for each and everything. Okay. So here the name I can give the title to be a card flip animation. Okay, this is the example I'm giving a card flip animation. So inside the body, let me create one div container. Okay. So inside the container, let's say For each and everything, you have to specify some classes, class name or the ID name. Okay, when it is going to be a big project, larger project, then you can go with this. Okay, inside the container, I have a card, and then inside the card, I have some card front and card back. Okay, I have a card front and back. So let's say I'm giving a div class. It's going to be card front. Just giving it as a front. Card front is my text. And then one more div container. I'm just adding it as a class is equals to card back. Okay. Mostly give it as a small characters. Okay, in between this, me add one paragraph. Card back. So this is done. So now we can move on to the external file. So let me create external.css file. Here. Then let's add link rel equal to style sheet. And href is equals to what is the file name? External.css. That's all. So now we can move on to the external.css file. So here the basic idea is you need to create with the body element. Okay. So here I have some two container, that is div class and div card. So basically we can give set some margin values or something like that, 0, and padding is equal to some 0. Okay. So next is we can take this container. First we can design the card container first. There is a card container dot card container. Let me give some width and height for this. The 300 pixel. The height 300 pixel. And we will just assign the border also so that we can see where exactly it has been placed. And for the card, also I'm giving some width value. Let's say 200 pixel. And height is going to be some 200 pixel. And here I'm going to apply some transform. Let's say a transform in the value, we have different things, right? So let's go with the translate. So here also we can apply 3D dimension also. So in the translate part, let's see here. So what is translate? Moves an element from its current position, right? So let's give x-axis, I need 20 pixel and 30 pixel in the y-axis. Okay. Just here also I'm just giving one border. Okay. So I have two paragraphs here. So for example, suppose better what we can do is we'll just remove this transform here, and I'm going to apply it for two things. That is for the card front and the card back. Let's go here dot card front and then card back. Okay, so what we can do is here we can apply the things. Before that, let me provide the border line. Let's give some different color. We can give okay. So it has been translated. If I'm changing this translate to some 30 pixel, you can see it is moving toward the horizontal manner. If I'm changing this to 40 pixel, that is y-axis, you can see y-axis is going down. If I give 20 axis, it will move towards the upward. Clear? And we'll see about the chord back now. So chord back also, I'm just copying the border. Okay, let's say, let's give the border and change the color. Give let's give pale green. So now here, the next thing what we can do, we can add scale. The scale means a transform scale of 1.5 and 2. So this is for x-axis and this is for y-axis. Transform. Okay, you can see it has been elongated. I change this to 1. You can see it has been minimized. If I'm increasing the value in the y-axis, then what happened? Will increase at the y-axis. Clear? Let's keep it as 1. And this is also 1. Okay. So the next is we can add one more. Let's say name is going to be, we can give skew. This is going to be matrix. Let me increase the width of both the things. Let's say I'm giving 1 reason. Here I'm giving 500. Here I'm increasing to 500 pixel. Okay, and then here also, let's say 300 and 300. Okay. So like this, we can increase the size. Dot card of skew. So skew means, let's say I'm just copying this. Keep it here. Here, let's say some different color. Okay, and this the transition function is going to be skew now. Skew means what I told, so it will be in a degree values, x and y axis, or if you want only for x axis, then you can give it for x axis. So as of now, I'm going to apply for the two x and y axis. Let's say we can give some different value here. We can give skew. Okay, let me give 20 degree, comma 10 degree. It has been skewed now. You can see this is x-axis and this is y-axis. If you don't want this y-axis, just remove it. And here you can add it like x. Okay, only x-axis has been skewed. Clear? And then dot com. I have one more, that is matrix. Then the matrix also, let's take this one. I'm going to apply matrix. The matrix means what we have discussed, we have to give some 6 values for the matrix. Let's give 1, 0.5, 0, 1, 0, 0. Okay, the matrix value you can see. So matrix means what? So it applies a 2D transformation using a matrix. So that is why we are giving a 6 matrix value. Clear? And we can also apply multiple transformation for a single element. We can do that as well. Okay, using a space, we can add it. Example, let's say here I want to elongate this particular element and I'm giving space. Then one more thing, additionally, I can also add skew. Okay, so everything will be applied in this single element. Clear everyone about this transformation? Yes or no? Can I get some confirmation from you, students? Understood, yes or no? Can we move on to the transition now? Is everyone is there? Chandini, Varshita, what you guys are doing, ma'am? Just asking, but you are not responding. Okay, fine. Then CSS transition. So we'll see one example on this. First, we need to know the syntax of it. Batch when most probably the students would have got the access for the LMS. Please check. You will be having all the PPTs and the handbooks. But recording alone, I need to upload it. By today, I will upload. Okay, so now we are going to see about CSS transition. So what is CSS transition property and how we can apply the values over here? Syntaxes. The first one is like this is a transition property duration. So what is the property you are going to transition and how much duration it is going to take, and if anything you have like timing function that also you can specify, and what is the delay value. So let me tell you this clearly. A property is nothing but it specifies not a okay, fine. So yes, so property means it specifies the CSS property you want to apply the transition. And the duration means duration of the transition in a seconds or milliseconds you can provide. The duration, you can provide it either in milliseconds or you can go with seconds. And the timing function. So this specifies the speed curve, the speed transition. So delay means this specifies a delay before the transition will start. Okay, after some delay, the transition will get repeated. Okay, so this is the syntax of this. Let's see one simple example how we can work with this CSS. Okay, let me create one button here. Button type, first button, and then value I'm going to give CSS transition. The button. Now go to the external CSS file. Remove all this button. Give some background color for this button. We can give some light color. And the text color is going to be in white. Transition. First, what you want to transition. So what is the property after this transition? You need to provide the property. Which property you're going to change? I'm going to change the background color. Okay, so background color. So for the duration. So how much duration is going to take to change this particular transition? So I'm giving like 0.3 seconds. And then we have some timing transition is the timing function. So there are different timing functions. We have ease in, ease out, and linear. So these are the different options we have. So let me give ease. So this is nothing but what is the difference between each and everything is it will show you where exactly the element is going to start and when it's going to end. Example, it may start the element slowly and it will end slowly. But in linear, if you take, it will be a smooth manner. It will start in a smooth way and it will end in a smooth way. Okay. Like this, we have multiple options here. So I'm choosing the ease now. So in the ease, that's it. The next is if I hover the button, okay, I'm using a class, a pseudo class as hover. This is my pseudo class. Hover is if you hover something, the background color of that particular, the text is, the button is going to change. Let me give some different color. Dark magenta. Okay, let's check the output. It has nothing. Okay, okay. So now it will reflect. See here. Here I can see the the carrot blue. Once I hover this, you can see the difference. Even you can also add something else like let me give font size should be increased. How much we can give? 50 pixel. So starting it will be in a 50 pixel. If you want to add this as well here, okay, what we can do is just add this and paste it here. Okay, if I hover this, you can see the font size has been changed. Like this you can do. Have you guys understood? Hope you have understood. Yes or no? And we have some self-practice exercises. We'll take some last 30 minutes to discuss some self-practice exercise, and then finally we can close the session. Okay. And some interview questions also there. I'm going to discuss the interview question as well as the self-practice exercise today, the last half an hour. Okay, next is CSS animation. So what is CSS animation? So just I want to ask you this question because I got my laptop again. So now we can interact because it is very smooth now. My laptop is working good. So what is CSS transformation? So what you can understand from this CSS transformation? Sorry, it's CSS animation. Yes, ma'am. So what is CSS animation? How it will be working? Any idea? No one? I'm just waiting for your response. Guys, everyone is please be awake. It's evening time only, no? So why you guys are so dull? So tomorrow is a holiday for you. So don't worry. Yes, ma'am. So what do you think? No idea. So CSS animation, you don't have any idea. Okay. Okay, what we can do is we will see some simple examples how we can work with this CSS animation. Okay. So first we'll see the theory. CSS animation is a technique to change the appearance and the behavior of the various element in a web page. Some appearance will be changed. Okay. So it is used to control the element by changing their motions for a display. It has two parts. Okay, one contains the CSS properties, which describes the animation of the element, and the other contains a certain keyframes, which indicates the animation property of an element, the specific item intervals at which those have to occur. Okay, so there are two things, two parts we have. One is CSS property that has an animation element. Okay, the second one, it will have a keyframe. One is animation element, and the another one is a keyframe. So what is keyframe now? So whenever you have a situation to create a CSS animation, then you obviously need to use this keyframe. Okay, what is this keyframe? We'll see. So actually this approach is nothing but to define the display of an animation at respective stage its whole duration. Okay. So for this keyframe, what are the information we need to provide? Okay, especially the beneficial of doing it, we already know, right? So it is just to display the animation of the whole duration. So what are the essential things we need? One is animation name. You need to provide an animation name, and then well suited name you have to provide for this animation. So whatever the name is going to be, okay, and then uh, you know an animation duration. So how long it is going to process. To specify the time duration it takes the animation to complete one cycle. And animation timing function. So what is animation timing function? It is to handle the element. To handle in the sense, we will provide the specific the value, like whether it is going to be a linear ease or ease in, ease out, or ease in and out. Okay, I told you right what or the difference between these, and then animation delay, the delay of the start of animation, so that we can provide, and the iteration. So the elegant way of doing the animation is we can go with the iteration count. You need to provide the iteration count. So if you want that animation to be repeated infinitely, then you can provide infinite. Otherwise, you don't want to provide anything. Animation direction. There is something called animation direction. So what is like, so this is, we are utilizing this particular animation direction. Why? Because the if example, we can take some image. Okay, if it is going to move from one place to the another place, I want to make it a reverse, or I can use alternate reverse. So these are the multiple options we can provide. An animation film mode. What is this animation film mode? Film mode means it is categorized by just giving whether need to go forward or backward or both options, so that we can provide here. Okay. So what is the difference between this and this? You see, this is for the direction. It will give you the direction. Okay. But here, how the styles are applied before and after the animation. That can be done with this animation filter. Animation play state. This property specify whether the animation is running or past. Okay. So these are the important points you need to remember while you are creating the CSS animation. So this is one example we have created here. So let's see. In this example, I have one div container that is main. So the child elements are A and B. The name I have given is Internet Foundation and Tech-Saksham. Okay. So the next is the main for the main container. I've created some set of properties and the values. Let's say animation name is going to be color. Okay. So why we need to provide the animation name? Just to describe the animation details. Okay. So here you can see we have used the query that called at the keyframes. Okay. At keyframes. At we will be, this is called as, will called as a query. Okay, we'll call this as a query. So what is query? This is not only for the keyframes. We can use it for media element. So we'll see what is at media. Okay, for that also we are using this. One is for keyframe and the another is for media. This is a query. Okay. So now, and the duration also mentioned in the main element itself. But when it comes to the keyframe, what are the important thing or the main goal to define here is the main objective is you have to provide the values. Example, 0%, 50%, and 100%. At that particular percentage, your background color is going to change. So here you can see it is in red color, right? But if it goes to the 50% of your screen, then it's going to be in a orange. Then it is going to be brown color. So like this, it's going to vary. Okay, let's see the example for this one. Title is going to be CSS animation. First, we will see about the syntax. So first, we need to defining a keyframe. So to define a keyframe, obviously we need to use keyframes. So this is the query up to include. Using this keyframes, it will show you the stages of animation. So example, let's say I'm creating a keyframe like this at keyframes, and my animation name, let me give it as Annamacharya is my what is that? This is my animation name. So next is I'm going to provide a 0%. So what is 0%? So this is styles at the start of the animation. So whatever you want to give, you can provide it. It is not only mandatory, it is not only the color. You can give whatever the color you need. And this is the styles at the middle of the animation. Okay. And then let's say 100%. So it is going to be 100% the styles at the end of the animation. Okay. Second one is apply animation. How we can apply the animation? So we can apply the animation to an element. So using so this is can be done using what? Animation property. Okay, using the animation property, you're going to apply. So first to define the keyframes, and second is apply the animation property. So you can set the here we can set the duration, timing function, and delay, and the iteration count. Okay, these are the some properties we can provide while you are applying the animations. Clear? So the next is give a dot animated element. Okay. So let's say if this is going to be uh, selector. Okay, this is my selector. Inside this, I can provide animation name. So what is the animation name? Here I have given Annamacharya. This is the name of the keyframe. Next is animation duration. What is animation duration? You can give whatever the value. Mostly give it the seconds or milliseconds. Okay, that will be a good idea. So animation timing function. Whenever you're going with animation timing function, there will be a different timing function. So here, for an example, I'm using ease and out. Already we mentioned that ease value. So I'm using ease and out. The next is animation delay. Delay, let's say 1 second. So what is delay? So delay means before the animation starts. So what is a delay? Before. So what is going to be the delay? Okay. And then animation iteration count. What is a count? Count, let's say I'm giving it as an infinite. What is infinite? The number of time the animation is going to be repeated continuously. Okay. So this is about applying the animation. Clear? And next is optional animation properties. What are the optional we can add? There are some options. So what is that? The third one is optional animation properties. Let's say I can add something like animation direction, or animation, fill mode, animation, play state. Okay, so these are the different things you can use it. So let's see the example. Okay, I just want to tell you what it is. Like animation direction in the sense, there are different values we have. Let's consider alternate. So what is going to be alternate? Alternate means it will alternate the direction of the animation on each iteration. In each iteration, it will change the or alter the direction. And fill mode. Let's say for an example, I'm giving a forwards. Forwards in a sense, the style to be applied when the animation is not playing. Okay. Style applied and animation not playing. Okay. And then animation play state. What is animation play state? It's a running. So running in the sense state of the animation, whether it is going to be whether it is running or it is past. Okay. So okay, let's see one real-time example for this. Let me create one document. Here I'm just only adding up the class. Loading screen now. So you can give whatever the name. I'm just giving this value, that is class name. Let's say the body element, I'm just giving as a display to be a flex. So flex is an entirely different concept. So flex is nothing but, let me tell you. So this is going to be like in a single direction. So what does in single direction means? Single direction in the sense you can include the elements within a row, or you can also do it in the column. So we have a different options. Okay, but it's a single direction. Whenever it is asked in the interview, so you need to mention the flex is going to be a single direction. Okay. So here I'm going to include this just for an animation example. I'm just adding this and then align items. Align items means if you are giving align items, definitely you need to provide the height of this particular element. So let's say this is going to be the body element. So I'm just giving as 100 viewport height. Okay. So this is 100 viewport height. Viewport height means the height of the viewport. Okay. It is going to be 100. Instead of giving in a pixel, you can go with the viewport height and viewport width if it is going to be the body element. Okay. And then I'm adding, I want this to be placed in a center. And next is justify content. So this justify items, sorry, add content. So this justify content also will place your element in a horizontal way. Okay, align item means it will place the element inside of, in the vertical. Sorry, this is going to be horizontal and this is going to be a vertical. Here also I'm giving center. So it will place exact center on my viewport. Clear? And the next is I'm giving my class name loading spin now. So the width, let's say the width of this is 50 pixel. And height, again, I'm just giving 50 pixel. The border, 4 pixels solid of some colors. Okay. And then border radius, I need to smooth out all the edge corners. So that's why I'm using a border radius. That's going to be a 50%. You can give pixels or a percentage value and the border top. So on the border top, I can also even add one more thing, 4 pixel, call it some other color. Let's say volts color. Here I'm going to add the animation. So what is the animation is? First we will create the keyframes. Cut keyframes. The animation name, let's say, let me give it as a spin. Okay. So here it's the starting transformation is going to be a transform. You can give whatever the value. You can even change the background color, but here I'm giving a transform value. I want to rotate this 0°. The first value is going to be 0°. And the second, if it is going to be 100%, then you can see when it exactly will change. What is this? Here, the styles at the end of the animation. Okay, end of the animation is transform, rotate 360°. Yep. The animation name is pin, and then we need to provide what is the next value we need to give. First name is given and the duration. So duration will give the least value of 1 second, and the timing function, the infinite value. That is infinite in the sense animation iteration. Now we can run this. Okay, now you can see I have given as an infinite. That's why it is just rolling on. I've provided some 2 colors, and the top it is golden, and the bottom it is in a different color. So like this, we can do some animations. Clear? Just like a spinner, you can do. And the other example also you can try with this, the background color. Let's say instead of rotating, you can go with the background color change also. Okay, you can try that. It's a different one. That's why I'll just show this example. Clear, everyone? Everyone is there, right? Yes or no? Thumbs up or say yes or no. Okay, thank you, Joshit. What about the other students? Harshita. Okay, fine. Okay, ma'am. So in PPT, you have a background color change. Okay, everyone has to practice that. Okay, so I'm just executing the example, which will be helpful for your interview purpose. Okay, while you're working also, these kind of things will be useful. That's why I'm showing these kind of examples instead of going with some other the regular examples. Clear? The next is a very important thing. So whenever uh, you can easily create a web page. Okay, even now the person who's not knowledge about HTML and CSS, they can also even create a web page. The only thing is how we can identify the person is really good in a skill is only using this media query. So what is this media query is about? So once you create a page, it should be compatible with all other devices. It should be responsive. Even if you create my web page in this laptop and you guys are using a mobile, okay, I'm ready with my LMS and but I have created in my laptop and I have not set any media queries for it and I'm just asking you to log in. Will it going to work? No. The content and everything will be overlapped and you cannot see the proper way of the web page. So that's why we are going for this media query. So CSS media query in CSS is used to create a responsive web design. So So whenever if you are attending a static web page creation, the thing is you need to know how to create a responsive web design. Okay, it means that the view of a web page differs from a systems to system based on the screen or a media type, the breakpoint specified or of what device with size and the content is just starting to break or leave. Okay, this will definitely happen if you are not going to set the exact point to be followed, then your content will get break or deform. So that is a problem in this media query. Sorry, not in a media query, in a regular static pages. So to avoid that, we are going for these kind of. Okay, let's see. The media queries can be used to check many things. What are the things? We need to check within height of the viewport, and we need to check within the height of the device. So viewport means from this point to this point. That is going to be the viewport. Devices like mobile or laptop. So that is going to be. This is orientation. What is orientation now? Then can I get an answer for this one? So what is orientation? Yes. What is orientation? No idea. Definitely you have experienced this orientation in a mobile. I got some answer, but I don't know what it is. Okay, not a problem. Let me tell you, like landscape and portrait. Sometimes what happen, you would have turned on your rotate option in the mobile. So it will be in a portrait, and then it will move on to the landscape. If you're seeing some YouTube channels, you will be going with the landscape mode, right? So that is orientation. That also we need to check. And resolution. What is the pixel value? So we'll be having a different pixel value for each and every devices. That also we need to make sure. Media query consists of a media type that can contain one or more expression. It can either true or false. Okay. The result of query is true if specified media matches the type of device document is displayed on. Okay. And if the media query is true, then the style sheet be applied. So this is the syntax of the media query. First is at media. At the media means it's a query and not as an operator. And the only. So what is only? In second students. What is only? Horizontal and vertical view matter. Okay. And what about only, ma? I think you don't have an idea. Okay, let me tell you what is this everything. And then this is an example for desktop view. Like You can see. So this is a definitely you need to include. If you are not going to include this, then you won't get this output, the output for the responsiveness. So what is this? On the day I have explained, I think. So this is about a viewport. So viewport means the whatever the user is going to see on the screen. Well, that is especially for the website. That is called as a viewport. And the content is whatever the content you are giving inside the body element, that should be compatible for all of the devices. How that can be done? It can be done only uh, by making the width to the device width. And what is called initial scale of 1.0? Initial scale means the zoom level. So whenever now it is not happening because of this particular property. If you're going with some other properties, okay, then what is the scenario is in initial scale the zoom. So you're not going to give the zoom level to be in 100%. Then the content may get decreased. The size may get shrinked or it may get enlarged. So that is not good. That's why they have included in the process, they have included initial scale as a 1.0 as a value. 1.0 is nothing but you can also give it as a 1 or you may say this as a 100%. So in a Chrome or a Firefox, whatever the application you see, will be increasing the size, zoom in, zoom out, the same thing. Here also we are included this initial scale as 1.0. So now the regular body element, that is body element, we have provided background color to be green, light green. Then what happened is at the media, okay, at media, only the screen, and this I will tell you later. I've set it this particular color that is light blue for my 600 pixel. Okay, if I'm applying for a 600 pixel, then when my page is going to resolution is going to be 600 pixel, the maximum width, then the color is going to change it as what? Light blue. Okay, I will show you the example. So in the mobile mode, what happened? It is in blue color. Okay, yes, we can go with an example. So first we need to understand the values of using it. Okay, and then we can go on to the next one. Because this is very important concept for the front end. So mobile we can take. So let's say the breakpoints. The breakpoint of mobile is 320 pixels to 480 pixel. Okay, and let's say for iPad, iPad is like 480 pixel to some 768 pixel, and laptop or a small size screen 768 pixel to 1024 pixel. And for extra large laptop, 1200 pixel and more. I was forgot to add this desktop. Thousand 24 pixel to 1200 pixel. Okay. So this is the breakpoints. We call it as what? Breakpoints. Now we can understand what is art media and what are the values we need to provide. So first is art media. In art media, first is a media features. So what is like media features first? Say, first I will give an example and then I will tell you one by one. So screen and min width of 320 pixel. So what is this exactly? So art media is a art tool. So this is called as what? Art media is a art tool. Okay. And the screen is nothing but a media type. So what are the different media type we have? We have a screen, and we have something called as print and speech and match all devices. So it is not only a screen. We have other options called all. All means it matches for all the devices. And print, for print preview, we can go with a print media type. And the speech. What is speech? Speech means for the screen readers. Here. So this is going to be a screen media type. And what is this? Coming with 320 pixel. Means this is called as a media features. Media features in a sense. Let me add one more thing. And maximum width of 768 pixel. And is an operator. And max width again, let's say 768 pixel. This is again called as what? Media feature. This is media type. This is at rule, and this is media features, and these are the values. So what is these values? So media features, so it will start from 320 pixel to 768 pixel. What is the value? So it can adapt from this mobile till this laptop. Okay. So before the starting point of this laptop, whatever the value you're going to specify, it can be applied. Okay, clear? So this is called as what? The media screen. So this is applying the multimedia. So what is called orientation then? So if I'm adding orientation, start media only, and then screen. Then the screen, I can add like this one. So instead of this minimum width and the value, I can go with the orientation landscape. Clear? So like this, I can add the orientation. So now we can see some real-time example how to work with this. 1 minute, student. Okay, ma, let's go with an example for this media query. Okay. Let me create one navbar here. So we need to take some half an hour. Let's start 7:15. We can go through the self-practice and interview questions, okay? Creating a link. Say the link is home. So I need to give the parent element, right? Navigation bar. So you can give it as in the div container, or you can go with the semantic elements called nav. Okay, whatever idea you have, you just provide. So let me change this to nav. Clear? So this is my navigation. Now I'm going to apply some external CSS file. So we can do the procedure is the default styles. Let's say, obviously we'll be adding a margin of 0 and padding. Okay, padding we can leave it. So font family, going with cursor. Okay. So the next is for navbar. So dot navbar. Let me add some background color. Or we can go with some dark color. Okay. And then color whites. Padding. I need some padding for this navbar. Why? Because in the navbar, now some space I need for the content and the border. There is a space between the content and this border. For that reason, I'm just specifying a 10 pixel. And later to this for the unordered list. Okay, for the unordered list, I don't want any style to be applied. That is bullet or numbers. So let me give list style type as none. Here. And then margin is going to be 0. And then padding is so overflow should be equal. Clear? So that's all. And one more thing for the list element, I want this to be placed next to next. So next to next means here in CSS, there is one property called float. To give the value to be left, it will place all the elements next to next. So here, what are the elements we have? That is home, about, service, and contact. So this will be placed like this: home towards the left, okay, and about, and then services, and then contact. Okay. So let me remove this. So that's why I have added this float. And then anchor tag. I have mentioned anchor tag. Anchor tag, I want to apply, I want this to be in a block mode. Why we need to give it as a block mode? Anyone tell me why we need to change this display to be block? What is the default uh, level for this anchor tag? So we already discussed what it is. Yes, now why we are using this display as block? I hope everyone is listening. Guys, no one should, I should not hear from a placement team that my students have not got selected. Okay. So please be practice on this course, whatever I'm doing by Tuesday. Okay. Before Tuesday, you'll be getting all the recording session and everything. If you want, I can also share it in the WhatsApp group as well. Okay, please take your time and practice. We'll be having a lot of release today. There is a upcoming months. Practice a lot. Surely you'll be getting a job. Our motto is to get a job. Students have to definitely to get a job. So that's why we are providing these kind of free opportunities for you. So don't waste it. Clear? Okay. So next, so I'll tell you the answer. So anchor tag is nothing but it is defaultly it will be in an inline, right? The display mode will be in an inline. So that's why we are using a display block. So let's say I'm giving a color. So already we have mentioned the color. So here we can give it here for the because the text is placed inside the anchor element. So I'm just giving here, and text should be aligned center. And also let me add some padding value. And give some 14 pixels and 16 pixels, or you can give some random numbers. Okay. Later, then you can change the values. So text decoration, I don't want. What is text decoration in the sense? So in the hyperlink, there will be, automatically you can see the underline below the text. So to remove that, you are going with this property and the value. That is the text decorations and the below. So now we are going to a real part. So what is our goal So here our goal is to achieve, I want to change something for a particular resolution. Okay, let's say at media only, I'm just applying only for the screen alert. And then the maximum it is going to be some 600 pixel. So maximum with the 600 pixel. Then if it is for, okay, if it is going to be for my mobile means how the navigations will be placed like this: home and about, and then services like this. You can see line by line. This will be for your mobile. But when it comes to the desktop or some other devices, if it is more than what we can say, if it is more than some 600 pixel, then it should be placed like this: home and then about, service, and then contact. Clear? So that's all very simple. You'll see it in the output. So here I'm whatever the value I've given here, this is for a float left, right? I'm just removing here as a none. Let me, I want this to be placed in a text align center. That's all. So now we can check the output. Okay, this is my better. What we can do is, okay, this is my desktop mode. Right click. Okay, this is my maximum of 600 pixel. Okay, let's say I'm changing this to 601. Then what happened? It is occupying the like it has been, the functionality has been changed to the float left concept. But if I'm decreasing that to 600, then that will be placed next to next, and there is no functionality of a float. Okay. So the better way to handle the media queries using at rule, that is at media. So whenever we are dealing with media query, we should focus on this values. So if I give whatever the values above the 600, let's say 800, that is going to be like this. Clear everyone how to set the values, that is using a media query? Any questions from this? Can I get some thumbs up or say yes or no? If you didn't understand, I can also show you one more example if you want. You want me to show one more example? Come on, guys. I need your response. So you need one more example, or you're saying okay with this? Yes, what happened, Mahesh and Joship? You're asking for the one more example, or are you okay with this example? Need one more example. Okay, then we can. Okay, so what I can do is I'll make the same thing, but little bit different. Okay. What we can do is the same thing, the same navigation only, but I'm going to do it in a different way. Let's see. The div container is there. or we can take the same example again. Here I have given us a maximum width, right? So we can also change this, the minimum and the maximum. So minimum with, let's say, 600 pixel, and the maximum, it is going to be 768 pixel. So now what will be the condition? So starting from 600 pixel till 768 pixel, your float value will be none. None means it will not float over the left word. Okay, it will group next by next. So let's see. Refresh this page. Okay. So what are the values we have given? 768 pixel, right? So minimum is 600. From 600, the float, float value is none here. So it is placed next to next, and till 768, the values will be like this. So from 600 pixel to the maximum of 760 pixel, the value will be the similar. If I change that to 769, it moves to the float left concept. Clear? Clear, ma? Or we can go with a very simple thing, or else if you are not understanding, okay, let me create one DAV container. Okay, so this is a DAV container. Let me give some text like media query is my text. Very simple example. Okay, and I'm creating a DIV container. Okay, inside the DIV container, I'm just giving the width and the other things. So width going to be 200 pixel. So width we don't want to provide. Background color. Background color is light. The same thing which we have I have shown. I have showcased it before, right? The same example. I'm going to change the color alone. Now we can try the media query. So media, the minimum width of, let's say, 500 pixel. Okay. And the maximum width of 800 pixel. What is the value for the DIV container? So let's take it for the body element itself. Because I didn't give any color. I'm sorry, I didn't give any kind of width and height. So I'm just giving as a body element. Now the background color, let's say, let me change that to blue violet. Okay. So now we can move here. Just refresh the page. You can see the violet color. So what is the value of violet color? Starting from 500 pixels to till 800 pixels. So let me give the 500 pixel here. So the color is going to be violet. And the maximum width is 800. I'm going to change this as a 800 pixels. Still you can see it is in violet. So if I try to change the value as 801, then the color is light color. The main idea of this concept is the approach is very simple. From this point to this point, whatever the properties you are going to give, that will be displayed. Okay. And the remaining values, if you say, okay, let's take below 500 pixel, this color, this property is going to mention. And above this 800 pixel, again, this color is going to be displayed. Clear? Very simple example. Clear, ma? Now is it clear? Still any doubts? Because it is very, very important concept, ma. So as of now, I have discussed with the float, right? You will be using some flex and grid concepts to make these arrangements. You can use row and column DIV containers to whatever. Just try give more practice on this. We have a self-practice also. Today we will see how we can do it. This exactly we can start at 7:15 to have a discussion with all these things. Okay, fine. I hope Mahesh and Joshit, everyone is clear with this. The other students also. Is it understandable, students? Have we enhanced your understanding in this media query? Okay. Okay, next we can explore some things about CSS. This is again a very, very, very important concept. Before getting into this, I want to show you some important things to you. What it is, let's say I'm taking Amazon website. You guys definitely be aware of this Amazon website. I hope. If not, you just experience this just clicking on this link. Okay. Let's see. This is an Amazon website. These two websites are very famous website. Um, okay. So these two websites are very, familiar with people. Why? Because now also you guys have used this because for Diwali's and for Christmas festivals and for New Year, right? So here in this e-commerce site, you can see the elements, how it has been placed. So this is entirely about Amazon website, which I'm talking now. How the element has been placed, you can see element has been arranged in a two-dimensional. Two-dimension in the sense row and as well as in the column, right? You can see all the image is there, and below the image you can see the text, right? And once if you go to the Flipkart website, moreover, all the images you can see here, it is in a single direction. Am I right? Have anyone come across this kind of idea? See here. So it is in a single direction. If I click on this, you can see the detailed product of best of products. And if you scroll down a little bit, if you try to pull up some message or the details about the items, the product items, just click on this arrow button, forward the button or the next button. If you select this, you can see a lot of the elements, but it is in a single direction. Single direction in the sense it is in a row direction. Okay. So this is the main difference. So now we were going to discuss about this kind of board that is two-dimensional concept. Okay. So let's see how we can work on this CSS grid. So what is CSS grid? So it's a powerful tool that allows for a two-dimensional layout. So this is mostly asked in interview question. What is the difference between CSS grid and flex? The first point you need to mention this. Okay. And display grid. This is the property name and this is the value you're going to provide to work with, to work on with this grid concept. You need to provide this property and the value. It creates only a single column grid container. Okay. So single column grid container students, I just, apologize this concept for you and you need to devote some more time to get more knowledge about this grid and flex because surely you will get a lot of interview questions and they will ask you to create this kind of websites, e-commerce website, because nowadays it is so trending, right? To just practice nowadays. And therefore the grid items will display in a normal layout flow, one item below after, below another, and inline grid. One line, Okay, ma. So next is inline grid. So it tells the browser to display the, one second. The grid items, next is called as an inline grid. So what is the inline grid? So it tells the browser to display the selected elements as an inline level grid box. So it's not much difference. You know what is inline grid, right? For example, if I'm giving a grid element, okay, let's say this is my grid element. I have a content like hi. So this is my content hi. Okay, but I have an extra space here, am I right? I have an extra space. So this can be taken by a display grid. But if suppose if you are using an inline grid, what happen is if my content is going to be like this, so whatever the content that will take the necessary space and width. That is a difference between this display grid and the inline grid. Clear? So now we can see here you can clearly understand. So create a grid container by setting the display property with a value of grid or an inline grid. So all direct children of a grid container becomes a grid items. Okay, this is called as what? Grid items 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, so these are all called as a grid items. Sorry, this whole thing it is called as a what? Container, grid container. And the element which is placed inside that is going to be called grid items. Okay, in a display grid are placed in a row by default and span the full width of the grid container. It will occupy the full width of the grid container. But when it comes to an inline grid, it will not going to occupy the entire width of the container, but it just only going to take the content space. Okay. And then aligning the grid items. How we can align the grid items? So this is called as a box alignment. Okay, first, so in the previous example, I told you like what is justify items and align items. Justify items means it is used to justify the grid items along the row axis. So, okay, so justify items it used to justify the grid items along the row axis. The row axis in the sense the elements will be placed in a row axis. This is called as a row axis. And next is the align item. So how we can give the values is in a justify item property, we have different values, not only center. We have a lot of different values we have. So we'll see one by one. And align items. Align items in the sense is to align the items along the column axis. You can see the column axis values. Okay. Like this, it will be placed whether we need it in the center. The column axis, it is placed in the center. This is horizontally placed in center. Clear? And how to create a CSS grid. So we'll see one example how we can create this CSS grid. There are a lot of properties we have. We can see very simple example. So how to use this CSS grid property. Okay. 1 minute. Sorry, guys. Okay, so we know the explanations of what is CSS script. So now we can see one simple example how we can work with it. So before getting into the CSS part, so let's create a DAV container first. Container, giving a class name to the container. And then DAV class. Let me give a name for this. Just copy the same thing, but the content is going to be different. And then home. If you want to add more content, that also we can do. So now next move on to the external CSS part. So the basic default thing is we can set the body element, or otherwise we can create a class dot container. So what is the first step? First step is the property is going to be displayed and the value is going to be grid. And I want to set a grid template column. So in the image, if you see, so how many columns are there here? How many columns are there in this image? In this one particular container. So how many columns are there and how many rows are there? How many columns we have in this image? Two rows and two columns. Great. So now here I have a 4 elements. Okay. So I'm going to consider this as a 2 column. So let's take it as a 2 column. I can give it as some, you can give it as a value of auto and auto. Split columns. Okay, that is the exact property name. And if you want to give, provide some values or something that we can do it later. Dot item is another class name. So background color. Let me give color is going to be white and padding some 20 pixels. I need 20 pixels of gap and text should be aligned in the center. Okay, so now we can check. This, yeah. So you can see your item has been, there is 2 columns here. Okay, and 2 rows are reflecting. If suppose, if I'm adding 2 more columns, so that will be aligned below the extra one. So let me give value to be 5 and 6. Clear? So the next is, you can also add multiple things, not only the content. Let me give some heading like headphone. So here, let me give the value that we can give for the electronic items. soft toy. Okay, and for this one, I'm giving H. Remote car or remote control. So I'm just adding only, 4 elements, dry fruits. Okay. So this is my heading. So in heading also, you can split it like a container. Uh, let's say div class here I can provide it an image src and let's say the file we can fetch it from here. Within just mentioning I want this to be 100 pixel and the height is going to be 100 pixel. Just copying the same image here also. Okay, so like this, you can place the image and you can reduce this, text of this one. Okay, and what else we can add here? You can also give a button like read more or add to the cart. That will be the correct option. Okay, add to the cart. Let's copy this. Okay, so we'll be getting like this options. Okay, so this is how we will be creating a and what is called align items and justify items. So let's say if I have multiple elements like this, okay, and I'm changing this column. So here it is automatic. What we can do is instead of giving this, we can also go with the another option. So what is the another option is a repeat prop that is value. So what is repeat? So if I want a 3 column, let's say the repeat property, if I want a 3 column with same frames, okay, 3 column with the equal width, then I can go with this. You can see some 3 columns has been assigned. Or if I'm mentioning I want this to be in 4 columns, then I can change it to 4. Clear? Like this, we can place it. And next one is um, you can also give some grid gap between. The gap between the each and every item. So let's instead of padding, we can give a grid gap. So you can see the gap between this one and this one. Clear? And what else? Yes, if you want to specify any kind of alignment, that also we can do it. So how we can give the modification? So we can give the modification. Any idea? Using this, justify content. How we can perform? CSS grid properties. Any idea, ma? So I have discussed about this justify content, and the another one is uh, align item and justify items. How we can use it? No idea? Need some response, students. Okay, better what I can do is I'll show you one simple example. Okay, we'll take the same example. I'm going to add more things. Okay. So here I'll change this to 3 columns, 1 FR, or we can take it as a pixel values. Pixel values is not good. Okay, 1 FR is good. Next is I'm going to add a grid template rows. Rows in the sense, what is a row width? As of now, we have given a width for the our columns. Am I right? So now we need to give the height for the rows. How we can give the height for the rows? So again, repeat. I want to repeat this for the 2 columns. So that is for the 2 rows with, let's say, 1 FR again. So that will be the same thing. Now we can come to a justify items. Justify item center means the center items along the row axis. See, so the row axis, it will be in a center. So why the things is differing us? Change this to 4. Okay. Now it is in the 4, and I try to add align items to be centered. For this align item, send the items going to be placed at the y axis, that is column axis. So obviously we need to give the height. So let me give the height to be 100 viewport height. Okay. We can increase this, or I can reduce the elements. Go with 1 element otherwise. Okay. So as of now, this I don't want this as well. Okay, here you can see it has been placed. The aligned item means justify items mean in the horizontal manner, it is placed in the center. If I'm using this align items with the height of, let's say, 800 pixel. Okay. In the 800 the pixel, in a sense, in the middle, it has been placed. Okay. Like this, we can add the things. Justify items. Can perfectly center the elements. Clear? Clear, everyone? So next we need to discuss about CSS flex property. So what are the important things? I'm just discussing that alone. CSS flex. CSS 3 flexible boxes are also known as CSS flex box. A new layout mode in CSS 3. CSS 3 flex box is used to make the element behave predictably when they are used with a different screen size and different display devices. It provides a more efficient way to layout, align, and distribute the space. It is mainly used to make CSS3 capable to change its item with height, width and height to fit for all the value available spaces. It is preferred over a block model. So now we can see the flex container and flex items. The same thing. Okay, but it is going to be a single direction. Either it can go with row or it can be in a column. But we can also apply a two-dimensional here in the flex box that we can see. Okay. So the flex container specifies the properties of an parent. It is declared by setting the display property of an element to either a flexed or an inline flex. A flex item specifies the properties of children. This is a basic example. You can see display flex. The properties of display and the flex is a value for it. And for each and every item, we have given some specific properties and the value. Okay. And the flex direction property. What is flex direction property? Here you can see the flex direction. So here we have three values. Say row value, or we can go with a column, or we can go with row reverse or a column reverse. Okay, so these are the multiple values we have for this flex direction. Row means it will be in the row wise. Column means the box will be arranged in this manner. Flex direction will be in this manner. Okay, so like this direction. So this is the direction for the row. Okay. Left to right or top to bottom. Here also again we have a justify content. Okay, so in a justify content example, again see, it is to define an alignment along the main axis. In the previous example, it is for the grid, it is going to be a row axis, but this is for a main axis. We are not saying like whether it is a row or column. It's for a main axis. Okay, so self start, self end, center, space between, space around. What is the difference between space between and space around? Let's see that. Center means we can understand. Flex start means, let's say, if my container is here, flex start means in this place. Okay, your container will start from this place. Flex end means it will start from this place. And it is going to be a center this one. Then what is called space between and space around? Space between and space around is if I have a container here, I have an element. Okay, let's say this is my element. 1, 2, and space between means here the between of these element. Okay, that is going to be a space between. Space around means the space should be equal. Let's say, so this may be a 2. Okay, the 2 centimeter. Let's say it is a 2 centimeter. Here it will be 1 centimeter. And here it is going to be 1. And here it is going to be 2 centimeter. So like this, there will be a variation in a space around. An align item, it is set the flexible container items vertically aligned when the item do not use all the available space on the cross axis. This is going to be for a cross axis. The previous justify contain it for the main axis. And what is called as flex wrap. So flex wrap means in text property, I have given one example regarding this white space, right? The same thing here. White space means the content whatever you're doing, that will be in a same row. But when it goes to the flex wrap, the items, whatever it is, arranged inside the container, that will be in a same line. Okay, so that is a no wrap. And we have other option called as wrap and wrap reverse and align content property. So this is to modify the behavior of the flex wrap property, just like an align items, but it aligns the flex lines inside of the flex items. It is going to align the what? Content means it will align the lines, that is flex lines. Clear? So stretch, flex start, flex end, center, space between, and space around. And let me check the time, 7:20. I think that's all. So we'll see one more example on this flex. Very simple. Let me change a little bit concept here. Okay. So this is my container and this is my item. So very simple, the same thing. Let's take as a container. Inside this, the property is a display and the value is going to be flex. Okay. Here we need to give whether it is a directional row or column. Let me give it as a row. And for the, if you want to mention, you want to add a background color or border, that's your wish, you can add it. So let me go with the pink. Let me also add a border. Okay. So I've added some colors. Next, dot item. Here also I can add some background color and the border. I give okay. So now we can check the output. Just showing the elements. Okay, let me remove this. Okay, let's keep it as it is. So now you can see the element has been placed in a row manner. Then changing this to be a column, then it will change to column ones. If suppose I want this to wrap between, or I want this to be placed in a different way. Let's say I have more elements. Let me copy this again. Okay, I have this again, and I'm adding like flex wrap of wrap option. So now you can see the two-dimensional has been applied for all the elements. Clear? So like this we can do. Clear everyone? And then if you need any gaps for the flex, then how we can do it? So we can do it in this flex. Any idea? So the flex wraps, you can also give some margin values here. This place, let's give the margin and pixel. You can see the gaps between each and every content. So like this, we can create the things. Clear? If it is going to be a no wrap, then what happened? All the elements will be in a single. So you can see the horizontal part. This is totally wrong. You should not do like this. Clear? Yes or no? Any questions now from as of this? As of now, any questions? Guys, please start to do your friend pages. Create a group among yourself. I'm going to share you the link. Maybe on Wednesday, that is Tuesday or Wednesday. Okay, you have to create a group. And please think about the idea of what project you're going to take. It should impact the user. Clear? Yes or no, maybe. Can we do it? So please think some projects which should impact the user. Okay. Not just for a sake, you should not create for a sake or online things. Just get an idea, some different case study you can take and think about it and try to implement it on your own. Okay. So that will not only helpful to get a certificate here, it will be helpful for your career also. So think and do it. And here also we can make this to be center. If you want, I can also show you that. Let's remove this. So normally it will be in a row, guys. You don't want to mention these flex direction. So justify content center. So it will be in an exact center place. Let me remove some element. I can show only one item inside the container. So let me remove all the other elements. Okay. Okay, you can see it has been placed in the center. And if you go with the align content, so align content is what happened. And again, if you go with the flex start option, let me change this to flex start. Then it will start from here. And if it is going to be a flex end, then it will move towards this side. And the space around means I need two element. Let me show you. I add one more element. Okay, so you can see, so this is going to be 1 centimeter for an example. And this will be 1 centimeter, again 1 centimeter. So the total space between this, the end of this element and starting of this element is going to be what? 2 centimeter. Okay. So this is space around. And then we have a space between. So let me change this to space between. For the between, we'll be having some space. Then align item. For align item, what I told, we need to include this one. Notice align items option. So align item in the sense it will align the flex items. Okay. So let me remove this. I will add align. Change this to center. Flexes this and you can also mention the height. Let me give the height to be, let's say, 800 pixels. Okay. Now you can see the 800 pixel it is aligned in the center. I also use the other options like flex start. It will start at the top value. And if it is going to be the end, so it will be at the end. Okay. And there is something called a stretch. Stretching means it will stretch the element till 800 pixels. Like this, you can stretch it off. Okay. And what is, flex line? Flex line means that is we can also change the modification of the flex lines. Flex lines in the sense, so this one from one, this is the flex line 1, 2, and 3 and 4. Okay, so these are all called as a flex line. There is aligning the flex lines. So let's see how we can work on this. Display is flex, and the align content is going to be space between. Let's give as a space between, and height we already provided. Here we need to add extra. It is flex wrap. Okay, so that's it. 1 minute, student. Okay, ma'am. So I think that's all for this. And in the final example, I can show you one real-time project. Okay, real-time website, how the entire website is going to place with all the other, sorry, what are the properties and the value we have gone through as of now. We can discuss it on, I think maybe on Wednesday, I think, because Monday will be leave. Okay, so we'll connect on that day. So now I need to show you something. So these are the topics we have completed: CSS selector, types of CSS, box model, positions, list style, pseudo elements, transformations, animation, media queries, grid, and X. So now tell me which of the following is the correct syntax for external style sheet. This is your turn, students. You have to answer for this. Let me stream this. So what is the output? So what is the option? A or B or C or D? Which of the following is the correct syntax for referring the external style sheet? So I got an option called link a real style sheet. Okay, great. A. So Vamshi is given option A, Vashita, option A. Okay. So only 3 students are answering. What about the other students, ma'am? If you don't know also, you can just tell me and you can give me some wrong answer also. That's fine. But I want everyone to respond. Should not be quiet. Everyone need placements, right? So why you guys are so silent? You have to ask a lot of questions to me. Okay, great. So DT is given B option. So see here, a link is a tag which is used to refer the external style sheet. Okay, that will be the answer. This is the answer. And the below code snippet, in what order will the margins are added? This also we have discussed. So what option? So I told you, for example, I have a box here. Again, I have top. Wait. This is going to be top. And this is bottom. Okay. And this is going to be right and left. So now tell me what is the order it will go. I give the 4 values. Okay, let me connect in my mobile. I can see the order. So I can see the answers. Is what is the answer for this? don't remember, students, whenever you are working with this box model, so it will be going in this order. Okay, so it will be top and then right, bottom, and then left. So this is the option. So where it is top, right, bottom, left. C option. It's a little confused. 1 second. It is going to be what? A option, not B. Clear? So A option is a correct. So top, right, and bottom and clockwise. It is anti-clockwise, right? Okay, which of the following is a correct way to select all the H1 header in a DAV control? I want to select all the elements which is present. Sorry, I want to select all the H1 element which is present inside the DAV container. Then what will be the answer? So B is the answer. So it is going to be what? A. So in a DAV container, all the elements, that is H1. So the option is going to be what? A option. It's very simple, ma. Okay, I have a DAV container. Okay, so inside this, I have lot of H1. Let's say I have some elements here. H1 element, the content will be here. And again, I have one more H1. So the content will be placed in between. And I have one more H1. Content will be placed inside this. Okay. So this, how it is possible? Using this one, the first option, DAV H1 is a answer. So H1, Vamsi has given H1 as a value. Vamsi, if the element is present outside the DAV container, then we can give it as a H. Okay. But when it is present inside the H1, then we need to go with H1, DAV H1. The option is A. And now what will be the width of the DIV element given below? So what is the width? We have discussed about this box model. So with this 310 pixel, okay. So I have a container box. The container box width is how much? It is going to be 310 pixel. Okay. So this is a 310 pixel. And the padding is 20 pixel. Border is 5 pixel. So first identify this is a box sizing of content box or border box. This is going to be a content box. The default value is going to be content box. Now the answer is going to be what? 310 is my width. So it is taking only for the content and plus we are just checking for the width alone, right? So 2 into 20 plus 2 into 5. So what will be the value? 310. So here it is going to be 40. And this is 10. So totally 360 is the value. Clear? Who got this answer? Great. Good. So it is going to be an A value. Understood, right, everyone? And it's a very basic and simple example. Interview, definitely you will get this question about this box model. What is box sizing values and what is the difference between that? Clear? Clear, everyone? Can I get some thumbs up or say yes or no so that I can move on to the next one? Next question, the final question. Okay, fine. Next is what is the general syntax of writing var function? Sorry, I didn't discuss about this. Okay. So this is actually a function. Okay, let's see here. Let's say simple code. Okay, we want to go with a depth 3. Mm, here, in some scenario, what happened is, again, some scenario, what happened is, uh, the same color, but that is going to be a quite different using some HSLA or some kind of RGB values. Uh, you will get some different colors, right? So I cannot remember the same color name each and every time. So here we have an options called that is root. Okay, using a root, that is var function, we can apply this. So how we can do this? Any guesses? But I think you guys have experienced it before. But while I'm taking a session with some different college in the AP one, the students were answering for this one. That's why I'm just confirming whether you guys know. No? Okay, no issues. First, for this one, you need to give a colon root. Inside this, I'm just specifying, let's say, green is my color. And then I can give some hexadecimal or RGB values, whatever. Let's go with some hash values, hexacode value, or let me go with RGBA value. 255, comma 0, or mixing some colors, 0, comma, and I want this to be 0.5. Okay, I'm going to apply the same color here. How I can do that? Colon, hyphen, hyphen, green. But directly not. Here you need to mention as variable perf. Clear? So now you can see the same color has been applied. Clear? This is very simple. So now tell me what will be the value. So you need to mention variable hyphen hyphen b. So this will be the answer. Okay. Clear everyone? As of now, any questions from anyone? You guys get a confidence to create a static pages using HTML and CSS. These are the things which I have given some basic example for you. On Wednesday, I will show you one real-time project using HTML and CSS. The entire thing from starting to ending, how we can create it. Clear? So now one more thing, a self-practice exercise. You guys have to complete it while coming on Wednesday. Let me share this and one more thing. So I'll tell you the homeworks, okay, that you have to finish because you have a lot of things to do this week. Mm, It is, okay, I think you guys didn't complete the lab exercise. This one. Okay, wait a minute. Let me download it. Okay, students, so these are the self-practice exercise everyone has to complete. Okay, and you should show me on the class time, or you can share it in the WhatsApp group as well. Okay, you have, I think you'll be free on Saturday and Sunday and Monday. Okay, you can utilize that time and please complete it. And on Wednesday, we can discuss what it is. Okay. Let me share it here in a special notepad. And also I will add the hacker rank exercise here. And one more thing is extra course certification. Okay. Before coming on Wednesday, you all have to complete this. Okay. This is your self-practice exercise. And the next one is I will add the hacker rank. These are the homeworks. Okay. This is self-practice and hacker rank. Let me put it down on the next page. Close to the hacker rank. So once you complete this hacker rank, you need to upload the details in the form. So form link also I'm sharing this. Okay. So on daily basis, you have to do this exercise. And the third one is your extra course certification. Your extra course certification, I will be sharing the links again. Is if you have any questions, also you can call me or you can text me. So don't hesitate to do that. Okay. I'm getting calls and the messages from you guys, but very less. So 2 to 3 students are only asking the question. The remaining students are very simple. I don't know whether they have understood or not. So let me share it in the WhatsApp group. Everyone has to complete all these activities before Wednesday. Okay. And create one Word document and, paste all the details and send it back to me in the WhatsApp. Clear? I know that you guys are having other things also, but this is very, very important, right? This program is entirely for your career purpose. So don't miss to do it. Okay, let me share it in the group. Okay, ma. So I'm going to share everything and then we'll start with the attendance. Okay. Where I save this file. Drive. Stem. Step. And pen. CSS. Now for both the certification, you have to upload it in the LinkedIn profile. Okay, and you should tag me. Not it. I have not received any of your things, ma'am. For the course completion unit and asking to pay money. Yes, Nikita and I think other one more student is there. Please check your WhatsApp. I have shared one document. I don't know whether you guys have gone through it. Let me also show you.
Using that document only, I have completed all the videos, ma'am. But for writing quizzes, it's asking premium.
Nikita, I just want to mention you this. Don't please try the quiz. You just want to complete the video alone. Okay. Don't go with the quiz part. So just complete the video and finally you'll be getting a assessment, the final exam. So don't attend the quizzes.
Okay.
Once you complete the
Ma'am,
video
Okay, ma'am.
part,
after
then they will
completing,
be. Hmm.
excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, ma.
After completing the videos, after completing the exam, also we didn't get certificate.
That's what I'm telling, ma. So once you complete all the videos at the bottom, okay, you can see one option like take an exam. So that only will be unable. So that is when you complete all the tasks, then you can see that button option. Otherwise, you cannot see it. Okay. So
I
do one
completed
thing.
that exam
Don't
also, ma'am.
worry. Okay, you can just share me the full screenshot that you have completed all the videos. So definitely you can see the take exam option. So which will be enabled. I think you have missed out something or you have uh, keep on skipping the videos. So maybe that is maybe the reason you would have not got that option. So please make sure don't skip the videos. Please watch it entirely. Okay. Ma'am, video is not opening, ma'am. Which video, ma'am? Now, whatever the students, you guys have a lot of queries, right? Share me the screenshot so that I can understand what is going on. Or you can share me the screen also. I will help you with that. Okay, Deepti, can we go with the attendance now? And please start with the hacker rank.
Yeah,
So
ma'am.
the week one, everyone have to complete the task like 25 question for Java and Python. It is going to be some 35 questions. Okay. You know Python, you can do it. Otherwise, let me check with my team. Okay. We go with the attendance now. One minute, students. I have changed the Excel sheet. So I'm just sharing the final sheet with you. Okay. So please make sure you're giving attendance for that serial number. And also I have given some different names, but I didn't get any response from them, whether their mail ID is correct or wrong. Let's check. Please ask them to connect with me now. So if you know them, I have to, share those information in the WhatsApp chat. Please check if any of your friend name is listed. Please inform them, ask them to connect with them. Save this file. Okay, I'm sharing the name list. Please check out your names. Okay, and then give me the attendance. So whenever you're ready, we can start. Until I'll just wait.
Madam, 140 present, ma'am.
1 minute, ma, I'll go line by line. If you giving the number previous itself, I can't, all the students will be telling like this, right? So I can't complete it. So please wait. And one more thing, some students I didn't add it in the LMS. I'll tell you the name. On that day they are absent. Harshita. Harshita, are you present today? Shravani. Alcitina.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, okay. And if you're present today, I will add it by tomorrow. Okay. Gayatri, that is number one, serial number 1. Can we start with attendance? Please look out the new serial numbers. I'm going to call the numbers depending upon that. That is based on that. Take 1. Gayatri present. Harshita. Please be
Present, ma'am.
louder, no? Akshaya, that is 3.
Present, ma'am.
4,
4 present, ma'am.
5, 5, absent. 6, Josh. I think Jostna is present, absent. That is 6, number 6. 7, 8,
Present, ma'am.
8. Please don't be lazy, ma. Just give your attendance fast so that we can complete it. I'm getting a lot of background noise, Jagnavi. Number 8. 9.
Present, ma'am.
9 present, Amma.
Yes, ma'am. Present, ma'am.
10. 11. 12.
12 present, ma'am.
13. 14. 15.
14 present, ma'am.
17. Sorry, 16.
Present.
17.
Present, ma'am.
18.
18 present, ma'am.
19. 20.
20 present, ma'am.
21.
Present, ma'am.
22. 1 minute, ma. I think I didn't stop the recording.